It is a beautiful day today and I want to go for a nice drive and have a nice lunch. Problem is the car I want to do it in doesn't work. So can we fix it? Can I get a nice lunch? This video is not sponsored, but I will just alert you to the fact we've got some lovely merchandise, and if you'll pardon the expression, look, we've even got Perodua Canary merchandise available at the Hubnut store, link in the description below. Let's get into it and see what needs to be done. So this is our 1995 Vauxhall Astra that we've acquired so we can raffle it and raise money for charity, raise funds for us, and justify some expenditure on this car that would otherwise not be possible if we're going for a straight retail sale. Already we've bought it from Bristol, we've put it through an MOT, we've had to have some work done there because we had a seatbelt pre-tensioner down, as a few other little things have happened, and we've also equipped it with these Laufen all-season tyres. All season, not all-terrain. So I think one person was getting a bit confused and thinking we'd somehow put all-terrain rubber. No, just all season, different compound, sipes for dealing with the snow, better than summer tyres, but not as fully hard on as a full summer tyre. So what we've got going on here, I'm currently charging the battery because the alternator's dead. There's the alternator. On the way back from Bristol it started overcharging and I think that has popped something and now it doesn't charge at all. We have a replacement alternator somewhere that someone has very kindly sent us. They fitted it to a car. 6 months later that car snapped the cam belt, end of car. So they kept the alternator. It doesn't look horrendous to get to if we get all this intake trumpeting out of the way, and I'm also pleased to report I have some wiper blades so we can have a matching set that aren't totaled. So let's get into that. I think we'll start with the alternator. That's the most important thing. Please excuse the cockerels in the background. Hashtag not my cockerel. But I have had a quick clean up. I've been cleaning all the shut lines and everything just to try and make it better, but we are going to book this car in for a full detail with a local company because there's just areas. There's a bit of marking there. There are little scratches which are very hard to show all over the body, so I'm going to book it in for a paint correction. There's some areas we can't work miracles. There's a scrape here. I'm not sure what we can do about that, but we will look into it. But yeah, it would just benefit from a real good going over, boosting the plastics. We'll get this car looking amazing, but before that I need to fix it and go for my lunch. Right, so I think we'll start by taking the battery charger off. That's now fully charged. I took it for a little drive the other day. Look for the Hub Notes channel where I filmed going for a drive in this, giving it a wash, and also taking the alternator off my Perodua Canary. Because what's better than doing 2 alternator swaps at once? Yeah, almost anything. But anyway, let's get to it. I need some tools, and then we can get started. I know I had a flat-bladed screwdriver in my hand just the other day. So this is our replacement alternator. It's a Bosch. Wow. And I don't know why there was a wire thing in the windings, but yep, spins healthily, looks good. We'll park that just down there for a moment. So thank you very much to the kindly Hubnutter who sent that over. You know who you are. And we'll get into this. So this Astra has the 1.4 family engine, which was a new range of engines in the 1980s. I really do apologise for the cockerel. There's nothing I can do about it. Believe me, if I could do something, I definitely would. That's quite irritating. Actually, I think I'll take that end off. But this is 1.4 litre, 59 brake horsepower, a single point fuel injection, which effectively means it's kind of got an electronic fuel injection version of a carburettor. Okay, maybe that's easier coming off the other end. Maybe I don't need to take this off at all. Maybe this pipe will be enough. Righty ho, come on, there we go. Right, I think that gets us our access. Actually, it'd be a very good idea to disconnect the battery at this point so I don't actually short it out on something. I mean, who would do a thing like that? Oh, that'd be me. And remember my GSA? That was a bad day at work. Oh, what are those? 8s? Oh, that's a 12mm spanner. That's the problem there. Need 10s. We'll just pop the negative off. We'll do the job. Oh, just worked out how to reset the radio and everything. When I go in my radio presets. Right, when that's done, I just want to have a look at the wiring on this. Someone said if you ground the wire out, it should make the dash light come on. Because we haven't got a dash light at the moment. And I think without the dash light, I don't think it'll charge. But I don't know if that's coming from the alternator or if the bulb's blown. And entirely possible the bulb's blown because it was overcharging. Right, okay, so I can have a look on the back. We've got the main feed there. That looks like a 14 possibly. No, not quite that big, maybe a 13. And then this tiny little one here is the blue wire I think he was on about. It's just been cut off there just for speed. But that looks like a 10, I think. Let's try my 10. Oh, smaller than a 10, that'll be a little 8. Okay. Let's see if we can get that undone and see if we've got a light. I've got the blue wire off. Oh, there goes my tool. Right, yeah, all the way down to the floor. Right, there's my blue wire earthing onto the track rod there. So if I connect the battery somewhat gingerly, shouldn't be any power going to that. There we go. And I'll need the key so I can put the ignition on. Right, do we get the battery light? Look at that, just 39,738 miles. No battery light. That would suggest the bulb was probably blown. Okay, so no battery light is a bit of a blow. That means we're going to have to get involved in taking the dashboard out to try and replace the bulb, I think. But we should go battery off again. But yeah, I think that confirms the wiring's all good and behaving. Well, it doesn't confirm it because we haven't got a light at all. But I think it suggests the bulb is the issue there. And like I say, it was overcharging. So I suspect what's happened is it's probably popped the bulb. Which may actually have saved it, because without a 12 volt feed that goes through that bulb, the alternator won't excite, it won't generate volts. So I think that's probably what happened. So let's get the alternator swapped. It shouldn't be a big job, and we'll see where we are. So here we are, here's the alternator. So we've got one mount up there, and then presumably another mount underneath somewhere. Yep, I can feel that directly below. Are they even the same size? They might be. That'll make life easier. The belt doesn't look brilliant, but we'll be replacing that and the timing belt before this car finds a new home. So hopefully getting that done next week. It's a non-interference engine, so if the belt snaps, that shouldn't be end of engine. But we'd rather that didn't happen, really. But we're still going to take it for a drive because, well, you got to really, haven't you? Let's see if we can get these moving then. I think I'm going to try 13s first of all. That feels quite stiff. That's the right way, isn't it? That way is... Yeah, I need to go that way. Yep. Let's turn that into a mild impact driver. There we go. Now I believe these can have an issue where the alternator, I'm just going to leave that because we need that to pivot on that. The alternator loses ground effectively, possibly due to corrosion between the aluminium alternator body and the steel of the car. But yeah, I don't know if that's the problem here. Can I swing a spanner in there? Oh, I can actually see it. That's bigger. Typical. I think it's going to be 14s. It's almost in a convenient place and somehow not. But it's not as bad as a Perogia Canary. I will say that. I don't even feel like a 14 wants to go on it. But I was saying in the Hub Notes video how I really like this car. Maybe I don't when my blooming spanners won't fit. Let's go and grab a 15. Why would anyone use a 15? And why can't they just use the same size? That would make life a lot easier. Oh yeah, that's 15, but that's turning quite nicely, so that's okay. I think it's just the two fixings, and the top one being the pivot and the bottom one down here being the slider, presumably. Is it actually the power steering pump that sets the tension? Shut up, chickens. Maybe I'm actually going to have to look at the Haynes manual. Of course, it's a serpentine belt, isn't it? So there is a tensioner just beneath the belt there to get access to that, right against the chassis rail. That's great. I think I'm going to have to take this out. So this is already escalating. Oh, my lunch is in danger. Right, so with that now free, I can fold the tensioner. Just allow me to get the belt off. I could do a slightly longer spanner really, but this is what I have. Let's try applying a bit of gravity to the situation. Of course, can't get the belt off there, can I? Because there's a bloody spanner in the way. There we go. Oi, that's got some force on it. So, interestingly, as is quite common on Vauxhalls, it goes through the engine mount. So to replace the belt, you've got to remove the engine mounting. That's a lovely bit of design. Belt's not too bad really. I don't think it's actually got many miles on it, so hopefully that'll be all right. That should now give us space. So the alternator is actually fixed solid in position. There's another clue here, which is this. Oh, very tight. Nut on the top of it here. Oh great, now that won't come off. Oh, marvellous. Turned into one of those jobs. I want my lunch. Come on. Oh no, there we go. Hope I'm filming it. Yeah, I am. I actually am. So yeah, the alternator doesn't slide. It's fixed in position and the tensioning is done by that tensioner. If you didn't have power steering, I think you would just have a V-belt. Although I think some of the earlier power steering ones had an additional V-belt. Get that undone, that undone, that undone, and then we should be able to get the alternator out. Right, there's this big pivot bolt that goes right through here. It's very happy there. You've not got much room between the chassis leg and the end to try and tap it out. And nor can you easily access the back end. It just doesn't want to go. I'm just going to soak it in some penetrating oil and try and run it backwards and forwards a few times. That's not focusing on it. That is the bolt down there. Ugh, so close. I think I have to very carefully deploy some heat. Yeah, that should work. I don't want to damage the cam cover, is the thing. I doubt this is very good for the alternator, but we don't really care at this point. I don't like doing this because there's so much you could damage without care. Let's see what that feels like now. Where's my 15 gone? Oh, worse. Great. Oh, got my hand. I think that's going to be a flesh wound. And that thing doesn't help. Ah. Maybe. Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure that's moving at all. Oh, I'm going to have to deal with this. I've managed to cut myself. Haha. My knuckles are in a right state, but that bolt's coming. Oh. Ouch. And that might be it. Oh. Yes. Oh. There we are. That's the big long one out. Put it up here with the others. Oh. And now the alternator won't fit beyond that bracket. There's a bracket just there. Great. Oh, there we go. That's that drop down out the way. There's the alternator. Oh, ready for the big 13 on the back. Did disconnect the power? Yep. Oh, that's tight as well. Oh my days, that was a bit of an effort. I thought we'd be making sure we copper grease that one back in. Not that the next problem will be mine, he said, but you want to do the right thing while you're here. And there's a washer on the back of that as well. Let's put those together. Maybe not there, that looks a bit vulnerable. Let's go for there. Wires off the back. Come on. There we go. Oh, no, let go. Alternator out. Oh, my days, that was an ordeal. Ta-da. Well, that's the alternator in. Oh, my lower back may never forgive me. Only mild flesh wounds. But, yeah. Get the belt on. And, hopefully all be good. Good grief. Now, it's gone 11 o'clock now, but the problem is lunch is still in danger because we still haven't got a light on the dashboard. If we haven't got a light on the dashboard, I don't think the alternator will excite. We will check it, but let's get the belt on, see where we are. Okay then. Ooh, good healthy battery. That's quite a high resting voltage, that. We're going to start it up and see if it charges. My guess is probably not. Ignition on, start engine. Ugh. Climb back out making manly noises. And sure enough, no charging. The voltage has dropped a bit because it's just started the engine. So no great surprise there. We're not expecting the alternator to magically run because the alternator is not getting 12 volts. It's not working. Okay then, we've got to get the binnacle out, which I think is just these screws up here. I think they're normal screws. Yes, nice normal non-torxy sort of screws. That's good. I'll get all the interior cleaned up in here as well. It's going to look lovely for a professional valet, whatever. It's very good of them to put a little tray there just for your screws. That's it at the top. Feels like that's in the way. We really have to take that off? Oh my days, that's a game and a half. I think they really want you to take the entire column off to get this sort of access, but with the right sort of screwdrivers you can just about sneak your way in. So 3 more screws and that should come out. Getting a bit confusing. This is apparently the battery light. It's a good old chunky 5-watt capless. It looks okay. And we will test it, but easy way to tell is with the bulb out. You can see I can light it up using a torch. So it's definitely that hole there. But like I said, the bulb itself looks okay. It doesn't look like the filament's damaged, but who knows? Should have some more of those. So we'll swap one in and see if it changes anything. It occurred to me that it's just a side light bulb. So let me get you in the mount. So with the side lights on, if I put that bulb in this holder here, dead. So there we go. And just to prove I'm not lying, here's the one that just came out. So that works. So I could just nick that, but I'm just going to quickly go and see if I've got some 5-watt bulbs. Well, before we go to the trouble of refitting this, let's pop the ignition on. Oh look. Oh, I'm sitting on the indicator. We got a battery light. So let's start the engine. No battery light. What does this say? 14.8. That sounds healthy. And it's only slightly overreading, look. So I think my connections aren't very good. And if we raise the revs, stays exactly where it should. Just move that screwdriver, and then we'll put some load on. Let's get the alternator working. So pop the lights on, the fog light, hazards, heated rear window, heater fan. Oh, that's really not a good connection. Am I going to call that fixed, folks? Woohoo! Lunch is saved! There's still one last job to do before we go. I'm trying Halford's Essentials wiper blades, which are apparently made by Valio. So let's see if they're any good. 18's on the front, 16 on the back. And there we are. Matching non-aero wiper blades, just as they should be on a car of this age. Oh yeah, looking so much better. What I will say of the Halford's Essentials wiper blades is the adapters they have, absolute junk, absolute rubbish. I've had to kind of modify and reuse the previous ones, which I don't think is great. So I don't think I'll be buying those wipers again, but you're probably eager to know, do they actually work? Well, there's only one thing to do really. Let's give you a nice early wiper test in this video. So start her up. Oh. Bit eager there, wipers, keep knocking the wiper stalk, but here we go. Yeah, there must be a slight size difference. I've got a tiny triangle of doom here. Interesting. That's annoying. Now I've got a dribble of disappointment, but they seem to wipe nice and cleanly and quietly. Do the back as well. Yeah, there we go. That seems a decent wiping performance. I'm just slightly annoyed by that. Why have we got a triangle of doom now? Is that 18-inch blade slightly longer? I'm pretty sure it's 18s on the front, but maybe it's actually 17s. There are sadly quite a lot of scratches on this windscreen from using cheap or dirty wiper blades, or a combination of both. So that's slightly disappointing. Well, good news, we've just come to Bryn Hoffman. We've got fuel, so I've topped up the tank, got myself a coronation chicken bap and some sausage rolls. So we got lunch, great, but now we need scenery, and I've got an idea of somewhere that might just be very nice. So we'll head off. Oh, I do like the sound. I think maybe I have to work on the steering column attachment. It's just rubbing a little, I think. But yeah, it's just a shame about the scratches on the windscreen. I don't know if there's anything you can do about that. I've got some very mild glass polish, but it's not going to remove scratches like that. We'll see. But already out to my right, I can see beautiful views across the sea. Absolutely beautiful. You know, it's quick enough. We're stuck behind people anyway, so really what would be the point in having more power? And now I've filled the tank, maybe we can get some ideas of what MPG is doing. Don't think it drank very much fuel on the way back. I think I only put about 20 litres in. Very big boat out at sea. I wonder what that is. But yeah, I'm very happy. 14.5 volts showing on my cheap USB thing. People have been asking about where I got those. That one came with a Velsatis, but I've got some in the other cars as well. This one's actually an FM transmitter as well, which can be good if you want to connect to an older style stereo. I've got no affiliate links or anything set up. I just buy cheap ones on eBay. They last 5 seconds and then you get another one. That tends to be how it goes, but this one's quite nice, I must admit. I've got my sunroof, so let's have the sunroof. That's me tilt. Yeah, that's quite nice. Let's go the other way. I'm risking it. I'm opening the sunroof. Oh, that's very nice. I've achieved it. I've got my lunch. I'm going for a drive. I've fixed the car. It's momentous stuff, people. This is why we fix the cars. I don't necessarily get that much joy on the fixing, especially when they bite me like this one did today. But the joy comes from being able to go for a drive again. That's where the magic is. So where I'm heading is Goobert. Although Munt is also along here, and that is very beautiful as well. But national speed limit. Yeah, it's not a driver's car. The overwhelming word that springs to mind is stodgy. The steering is very dead, but it just goes round bends nicely. The ride is also just not great. When you got cars like the Peugeot 306, Citroen Zara and the previous ZX doing such a good job of ride and handling, makes you wonder why they ended up really achieving neither. Wow. You have to admit that is quite the view, but I think I'm going to push on to Munt. It's a little bit crowded here, unsurprisingly. First sunny day we've had in ages. Lots of people coming out to admire that amazing view, and why ever not? So we're near Cardigan, or Aberteifi in Welsh, and yeah, it's just very beautiful along this entire coast, really. But let's carry on to Munt. It sounds so much quicker than it is. I am starving, but we are approaching Munt. MWNT, the W being an OO sound, which is why my little blue Invacar, a number plate TWC, I call Tuk, because that's pretty much how you'd say it. We're now very much single track. It's a dead end. There is no through road from this point. We just follow it as far as we can until we get to the end. Oh yes, I think this will just about do, you know. Look at this. There are some rattles from the back, I must admit. I think partly parcel shelf and partly I've bought my deck chair. There we go, we've got a gorgeous little cove off to that side, which I'll show you in a moment. But the most iconic view here is probably at this chapel. Now this, my friends, this will do. Yachida.